Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome to InfraSpace. This is a brand new release. In fact, it's not even out until tomorrow. InfraSpace is a sci-fi city builder. The big difference between this and other city builders is that your logistics are key, as in everything within your transport infrastructure depends on how your resources move from place to place. The team that makes this game is Dionic Software, and Dionic Software is just a 3-person team based out of Munich, Germany. And this is the same team that made the game Founder's Fortune, one that I featured on the channel earlier. And thank you to Dionic Software for sending me a key for this one. This is set for early access release tomorrow, October 15th, 2021. I'm getting a little bit of an early look at this one. I'm pretty excited for this. It's a fun little game, as I've played it already a few hours worth, getting used to the mechanics of it. Let's go ahead and jump in. By the way, if you want to get this one for yourself, it is £20, 25 US. We'll have a 10% discount for the first week that it is in early access. Already, after just a short amount of play, I think I'm ready to take on the challenge of playing with hard difficulty level throughout. We'll see if I am ready for that or not, but we might as well give it a shot. And welcome to our randomly generated planet, presumably Mars, though it's not designated as Mars specifically. This game resembles a lot of titles that are out there. Survive Mars, City Skylines, with especially the infrastructure part of that one. Factorio. There's plenty of games in this genre. It's not the first one out there, but it is a nice little title, and I've enjoyed it so far. One thing I do enjoy is getting those instant pop-ups of what ores are around. We have iron and sulfur right here, which is something we need very early on. I do kind of like that there are a number of ores that are in this area with this little valley in between. We might be aiming for something. Yeah, there's copper. There's some iron. Ooh. Well, here's the edge of our map, but there is sulfur. There's copper. There's iron. Those are pretty much all the early resources that you're going to need. So I think, can we make that area work? Well, it's not too far away. Copper is actually pretty close, so I think we're going to pick this little spot right here as our starting location. All right, so starting resources, you have concrete, you have steel, that's your building materials. We have power, of course we have none to begin with. We have 20 people right now that have landed. There are no jobs, as, well, we haven't built anything yet. There's nothing for them to do. Housing-wise, we're equipped for 20, even though we don't actually have anything. We do have a hidden spaceship somewhere that they don't show us as your kind of starting resource. Right now, there's a definite tech tree to this, and we have only unlocked gravel roads, so we will work from gravel roads right off the bat. And I think we're going to pick up with these two right over here. So let's throw in a road near the sulfur, and then we'll link things up over to the, I think I might actually be a hair too close here, over to the iron. And how much concrete? Oh, we have plenty of concrete. You know what, let's just go ahead and link things right on up to the sulfur on this side. Let's also kind of link up a couple of these areas like there. And then we will go across here. And there. And you can already see we are ready for death. Death is imminent. We have a coffin. Wait, no. No, death is not imminent. We will be fine. We'll be fine. Alright, we need sulfur mines. We're going to need sand mines. We're going to need iron mines to get started. Let's go ahead and throw up a little bit of each. Now, if you get close enough, like we are here, you could go straight in and make 3 of those. Let's go ahead and make a couple iron mines as well. And sand mines are something you need quite a few of. Where's a good spot that I'd like to throw these out there? How about we do our sand mines maybe over here? Leave a little opening so we have room for a road to go that way and expand. Though it's not hard to move things around, by the way, in this game. Okay, and we're going to need a concrete factory, and this is going to require the sand and the sulfur. So I think we'll put this, actually maybe just right about here. And we'll get a couple of those on the go. I think we can get things started now. Okay, we're going to need workers. We need a lot. So let's get that to at least 37. I'm going to stick my housing network a little ways away from everything else. So let's start here in the middle. Okay, that's 44. Let's do one additional. That's 52. Okay, we're going to need power. Let's start with power in the middle. That's fine. Actually, in the middle, literally. Let's get our efficiency up. We'll get 2 on the go. And then power poles. Okay, you have to connect the windmills themselves. Okay, we'll bring that all the way out to there. Let's see. Can we get this to the outside? Trying to keep the power poles out of the way for the most part. Okay, excellent. We have power. We have houses. What we don't have is the ability to bring in more people or storage. Let's go ahead and move storage not too far away from where the resources are. There we go. I think that's a decent spot right there. And then we need a spaceport. I think this can be down towards this end a bit, away from some of our other activities, though it doesn't need to be in the middle of our housing. How about we go here? Oh, I don't have enough concrete. Oh shoot. Okay, I went a little too far on my building early on. You are supposed to limit it. We're gonna need 150 concrete. We'll get there soon enough. We're not gonna get new citizens coming in until we've done that. And in the meantime, I don't want to build other things. I'm going to speed things up until we get to that 150 concrete. Looks like that's going to happen pretty quickly. Alright, we now have 150 concrete, so we're able to build our spaceport. This is where our new residents are going to come from. So they'll land and bring us new residents, but we need more than just houses. Houses need things like oxygen and food, so we're going to need to start building that as well. We have not unlocked the food yet. The food is going to be secondary. Oxygen comes first. So we have an atmospheric processor. And let's see, where do we want to put these? Because they will have carbon. And the carbon we're going to want with research. Maybe that's something to put down here. I think that's also probably going to be a little bit outside of my power network. So far I'm moving a little bit faster than what the game is able to keep up with, as we're going to need those new residents coming in sooner rather than later. And finally, our first arrival of new immigrants to the area, so that's going to be helpful. The other thing we need, though, is research. We need to get going on our research now. Of course, I can't employ anybody in these buildings just yet. Logistically, things are happening, even though we're not actually working the facilities. And now that we're starting to get oxygen here, we will start to take residents. Just gonna take a little bit. I believe that is our iron deposits coming to deliver iron to the research station. It is. They had nowhere to go with it, so that's going to get research going. Speaking of research going, we need to pick research. Here is our research tree, our tech tree. You start as an outpost. I'll go over how to become a settlement in a small town and so on and so forth in a little bit. But our first research objective with blue research is farming. It's only going to take 5, so it's going to come pretty quick. and then we'll need to be a settlement before we can do any additional research. I'm going to do something I didn't do in my previous game, but I'm going to make a second spaceport. I think we have the concrete, we can afford it, or at least we're producing the kind of concrete, because at the moment we literally have one citizen, and that's it, our first arrival. Now, the reason why they weren't coming before was they didn't have their basic need met, which was oxygen. We have that now. All 4 habitats have population for 8, and you can see how quickly they're growing at this point as we're up to 5. The spaceport has been bringing immigrants, 10 at a time, ready to move in, and this just keeps filling that up, bringing it back to 10 at most. So there's your temporary housing. Immigration rate right now is high because we have high demand. We have a lot of jobs available, so our population should start growing much faster. And I told you on our tech tree, you have to upgrade your town to certain sizes in order to do new research. So we just finished our first research. However, we can't research anything else because we are not yet a settlement. In order to be a settlement, you can see right now we're an outpost. We need level 2 citizens. We need specifically 5 level 2 citizens. In order to do that, it has to do with the housing. And the housing upgrades by getting oxygen needs fully met, and then getting to food as the next step. So we need to fully meet the oxygen needs to get this to upgrade and start getting level 2 citizens. Now the farm is the other part to that, and we did unlock that with the one research we were able to complete. We want to keep the farms close to houses as, you know, food for the residents, if you couldn't tell. So I don't know, maybe we want to put this in the middle. Alright, now we have housing for 52, we have jobs for 59, and our population is approaching its maximums. That means we need some more houses. That's enough for 68. I think we can push this a little bit further already. 76 is good for now. Okay, so you can see the oxygen needs are now getting met. They're nearly maxed out. Food, it's producing, it's coming along. The food does not take anything. This is all internal, so they are able to do everything in-house. There's no basic resource that goes in. That is one of your starting resources. Okay, that's our storehouse, so that's where all those spare resources are heading to, unless they head directly to here, so you can save time by skipping steps. There we go. Our first habitat is upgraded. It was fully met for food. Oxygen, of course, those needs go higher because now there's room for more. And the next step to get to level 3 is going to be home appliance. However, what we needed was 5 citizens to get to level 2. That's exactly what we have. So we have now unlocked all of the settlement research, though you can see it is a tree, so you're going to have to get some things out of the way before you can do other things. Let's go ahead and get electronics on the go next. One thing that I really like about this game so far, you have priority for jobs, so you could change where your worker's going, and our research is already done. Let's go ahead and get on with the next. But you can pay attention to what you're producing versus what you need, what your settlement, what your town consumes. And so it actually becomes a very easy process to just keep an eye out and go, okay, look, we're making lots of concrete and we're not using up a whole lot, and we're already developing a surplus. At the moment, the most expensive thing we have is about 150 concrete, so that's accumulating pretty quick. Power, we're using just under 25. We need 40. Now, of course, that's also present here, but it's all the other ones. And one that stands out to me is sand. Sand, we are barely producing more than we need. So let's go ahead and take a quick moment, and we can get a copper mine going, by the way. Let's go ahead and get another sand mine on the go. I think we can put that right there. Okay, copper was right around here. Okay, let's get a gravel road on the go. We'll go straight up all the way to here. We will also then wrap around to there. And you know what, maybe all the way up to there as well. Might as well build that network out a little bit. Perfect. Road network extended. Also, steel production is ready to go. Our last 2 bits of research, you can see we need blue and green. So green science is that next thing. We also have home appliances, so we'll get those 2 on the go while we're waiting for some other things. But this research is coming along way faster than the way the tutorial is set up, because we went very quickly into a bit of mass production instead of just doing a couple things initially. Okay, now onto that copper. Let's get some copper mines on the go. It looks like we can squeeze these in right here. Okay, now that we have copper, we have iron and copper to make electronics. So our iron is here, our copper is up here. So we're gonna make a whole bunch of electronics factories somewhere right around here. And we'll start with, I don't know, 3 to get that on the go. If anything is underneath what you need, what's required. We are underneath on housing compared to jobs, so let's go ahead and get some more housing. Okay, we can get a couple more houses in there. Not everything's fitting perfectly, but that's okay. We're going to have new roads eventually, and that'll mess with things, but that'll take care of housing short term. Oxygen and food. It's getting a little bit tight. It's not too bad yet, but it's not doing great. So let's get the next one of each. And then the next thing we unlocked is our steel mill, which uses carbon, which is a byproduct from our atmosphere processor. You can see it's producing both oxygen and carbon. So as an emission, so we want carbon and iron. Well, the iron's up there and the carbon's down here. They're a little ways away from each other, but not terribly far. Why don't we go here, make a couple steel mills. There you go. Certainly use a bump. Carbon now being used is barely breaking even, so let's go ahead and get some more carbon. Okay, I'm going to leave a little gap here that I can throw a road in, and we can fill these couple spots here eventually. Okay, carbon's still not doing great, but it's okay. It's okay. We are, other than our new ones, we've got most of these upgraded to level 2 settlements now. Okay, we're short on iron. No, that's the new one. What is our iron production? We're fine. We are fine. That is sand, right? Yeah, sand could be doing better than it is. Let's get some more sand. And we will go right here. Do a couple more. Okay, jobs are now exceeding housing. Alright, let's go ahead and link up what we have down below to that upper network. We might as well. Realistically, everything should be on one big network and interconnected, then you never have a shortage. Power-wise, we have plenty right now. Steel, concrete producing fast enough. Housing keeping up with jobs. Population keeping up with what we need for that. Yeah, just the carbon right now. So carbon a little low, so let's go ahead and address that. And I'm going to just squeeze these guys in here. Might as well make use of that, right? Maybe we just connect the road all the... No, we don't need to connect the road all the way over, especially based on what it is. So we'll put this here. Oh, that is so close to fitting. Sad thing about doing things randomly. Okay, research finally done. That was green science. Okay, we'll get the home appliances done while we set up our green science. And this is green science. Let's go ahead and put out our first. Put it right there. Okay, and here's what we need for green science: 4 electronics, 4 sulfur, 3 blue science. So you can see just how much it scales up. We need a lot more blue science than what we're producing currently. Speaking of, let's go ahead and add another blue science one to get that going. Okay. They need those chips. Those chips are all the way up here. That's one worrying thing, but it's not that far down this road. Hopefully they take the... Well, right now they're taking this route, going the wrong direction. I'd love to see them go this way and come straight on down. But it'll get there eventually. We will be able to start upgrading roads to concrete roads before too long, because we do have a bit of a traffic nightmare going right down this middle main street. And now you can see just how handy, just how useful it is to have this production value and see what you're producing versus what you need, and just staying on top of things, right? We weren't in the red yet, but we would have been. There's different ways to find that out as you go along. Home Appliances Factory is ready to go. This is what it's going to take to get our settlement into the next size. Outpost, to become an outpost. We're going to need 300 though. Right now we only have capacity for 172, so that is going to take us a little bit of time, but now that we have green science, we're going to be able to start working on all of these things. Let's go ahead and start with the improved wind turbine blades, which shrinks the area for your wind turbines that they need to be efficient. So right now they're spread out this far because their circles just barely do not overlap, which hurts their efficiency. After that research is done, their circles are going to be much smaller. So we'd either be able to shift these ones around or at least be able to build all new ones in a bit of a tighter space. You can see outside of our new settlements, everything's already level 2. So we are meeting those demands to get us towards level 3. We're still not getting green circuits all the way down here. Yikes. I'm going to need to turn this into a one-way road and make a one-way road coming back the other way or something. We don't have the research for that yet, but we will have the research for that soon enough. Alright, well this is going to use green circuits and iron. The green circuits are up here, the iron's over there, so this is something we can put in this area. Put that back. Let's get rid of that road. There we go. And we will... There. Okay. Little bypass. See how that goes for us. Oh gosh, they're choosing to come this way as well. I wonder if we came out this way. Would this as an alternate route work? No, it does not. They still want to go that way. They still think that's the easiest way to go. Foolish humans. Or should I say foolish Martians? Alright folks, well, we've already had an introduction to just how vital your infrastructure is, your logistical network. And we've also already made it through level 2 as a settlement. We are growing, we are approaching the needs, the demands that we need to start getting level 3 citizens, but we're going to need 300 of those before we can move on, and we've got quite a ways to go. But for the moment, all of our needs are being met realistically outside of just one. And I think with a little bit of research, and maybe we need to switch to concrete roads, the concrete roads can do a little more for us in the short term, like a quick upgrade right through here. In fact, I think what I need at the moment is to delete that road. What happens if we delete that road? They're going to pick a new path, right? What's their new path going to be? We'll see them all set off. Okay. Okay. Well, there's one thing. The home appliances factory going the right way. Construction materials storage. Oh, I could fit that right in there. Well, we'll see what happens with that. You mix it up, right? You have logistical problems. You find a way to deal with logistical problems. Nature of the game. And it looks like with the addition of a second material storage, we are now in much better shape as the traffic problems have been resolved. If you liked what you saw here, do click that like button. Also, comment and subscribe for more action. This is just the beginning. It's the first episode, so there is more to come. And the more you like, comment, and subscribe, the longer this series will probably be. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be safe out there. Have a good one. Bye for now.